August 26, 2025. Guys, we're going to look at a couple of new images of Atlas 3I. Now, some are saying it's a comet. I don't know about that, but what I want to definitely show you is the James Webb Space Telescope images. That's the newer telescope that's one level above Hubble. The first images that we really analyzed about Atlas was from Hubble. Now let's take a look at a few from the James Webb Telescope. First, I want to read a couple things about this. One is that the spectral images reveal a CO2-dominated center, or the glow, with enhanced outgassing in the sunward direction. See that right there? Now, that is not normal. If you're going to have outgassing, it would be in multiple directions, and it would be creating a tail behind this object. But again, this explains when they're saying outgassing in the sunward direction, they still are not really explaining the light, because it's pretty far away from the sun to be glowing that brightly. Now, here's one of the images, and what you're seeing, the black square, the pixel there, is actually the object itself, or Atlas. This is the rear. This is the front outgassing, what Avi Loeb and some other scientists are saying, the front lights. Look at that. That's very unusual. If you got it coming out the front, usually you're going to have that plus a longer stream. The only comet I've ever seen that had a front jet had the ion jet to the side and the back debris trail. And this has neither. But again, this is a James Webb Telescope, and they're calling it the scattered light map. And that's exactly what they were looking at. Where's the light coming from? And it's coming from the front. Notice on here, it will give the RA offset, but right here, see this arrow? That is the direction of the sun, exactly where this thing's gassing out, if it's gas at all. Now, let's look at it in a slightly different image. Again, this is not one of mine. This is from the James Webb Telescope. Again, the sun direction is this way, and you see how the light is bulging this way? It just does not make sense. It's getting closer and closer to the sun, and it still has no rear tail, no rear jetting at all. What they're doing, again, scattered light. They can estimate, they're saying it could be CO2 or whatever. It's a long way away, but it is definitely throwing out forward light. Now I'm running this through my image editor right here, guys, and again, knocking out as much outside light as I can. Remember, the sun is in this direction, and that's where the greatest amount of light is, no matter what you do to this. Even if you invert the image like that, you see it, you can see the forward lighting. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying in 15 years of watching comets, I've never seen that happen before. Now, the only other explanation would be that if it was a large rock the size of Manhattan and the front was very shiny, and so you were getting the reflections in the sun direction, but this is not really reflective light. Guys, this is emitted light, basically is what they're talking about. And when you, again, go back to the reinversion, and if we just let me go the other way here. Everything's in the forward direction. You see that? And this thing is moving that way. Don't know what it is. And they say it's moving pretty fast, but on a scale of what moves fast in space, it really isn't. You know, I've seen comets move at 11 million miles per day, and this one is not doing that. Again, we don't know what it is yet, but I mentioned this in the last video. I wanted to wait until we got the James Webb telescopic images with their analysis to see if this was a rear emitting light or front. And with all the evidence that we're seeing, there's no tail. and the glow is broadcasting out in the sunward direction. It just doesn't make sense at all. Doesn't. I think it's large, like they're saying. If it wasn't, without that tail, I don't think we would have even seen it, because that's usually what you see, that glow from the coma and then a large tail. But in this image, again, this was from Hubble, it's showing this area, this very outer edge of the light emitting. Right here is the center. But the light emitting is 22,400 kilometers wide, according to the Hubble telescope. So that's why we're seeing it. Now, again, no tail. Could it be emitting gas without creating a trail behind it? Never seen one do it. Don't know. But I did want to come in as soon as we got the James Webb telescope images up and see what they had to say about this forward light. Some say headlights. Some say that it's acting like it's being controlled either from outside the craft or inside the craft. We don't know yet. All we can do is wait, and as it gets closer to the sun, we're going to get pretty good images. But then anything Earth-based, as far as satellites or telescopes, that gives us that effective view. In other words, like looking at the sun. As it gets behind the sun, we're going to lose the images at that point. It would be telescopes that are really far out, away from the Earth, that may catch it, like the Webb or Hubble or something like that. But then as it comes back from around the sun, they're going to start picking up images as it goes back out into space, if that's what occurs. But again, you think about 22,400 kilometers, and that's why we're seeing it. I think it has a little bit of size to it, guys, but again, we're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.